Nurses from Eastern Maine Medical Center held an informational picket and candlelight vigil down the road from the hospital this afternoon. A coalition of nurses and community members marched from the Cascade Park to EMMC and back to raise awareness of the many issues they say they are currently facing. This comes as the Maine State Nurses Association continues to bargain for a new contract with Northern Light Health after the last contract expired in November. The nurses say they want to make sure the concerns they're bringing to the table are being taken seriously.
It's super important, right? My working conditions are my patients' healing conditions. Nurses advocate not just for ourselves, but for our patients and the community at large.
We want to make sure that we can give the best care possible, and with conditions the way they are, we can't do that. I would like to make sure that staffing supports safe, effective therapeutic care on the floors. I would also like to see that staffing help reduce violence on the floors. We'd like to see screening at the main entrances so that we can keep weapons out of the hospital.
Deb Sanford, Chief Nursing Officer for Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center, says the hospital is, quote, committed to engaging in good faith bargaining and focused on reaching a fair contract agreement that reflects the importance of our nurses' role in delivering safe, high-quality care to our patients.